Yo, ESSO, everyone sees sounds official.
Hynaken, represent for Brooklyn.
Bag fuel, we in the building. We always represent my nigga Gully TV. You heard?
If you tune into me, you watching Gully TV.
Ooh, numbers going up.
These guys right here are in high demand right now, and I have some questions.
Thank you for those words. I know you don't say that casually.
Right. There's a lot going on right now with, of course, the My Expert Opinion platform. And everybody who was a former host is hopping in front of cameras, giving their take on what went wrong or what happened. There's alleged shootings that happened and all of this shit. But nobody has heard from you guys. Why are you guys so diplomatic right now?
I don't have nothing against Math like that. My issue with him was pure business. One, I'm a black man first, so I don't really wish nothing bad on him. I just, it's just nothing for me to say because I feel like karma is a bitch. And I'm not looking for something to go round and round. I'm not a perfect man myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to kick him while he's down because if I want to keep it real, his platform helped me. Mm-hmm. So, and him talking bad about me helped me. You know what I'm saying? It just made me popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't have nothing bad to say about him. Do I wish he would have did things differently?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's
You know what I'm
life.
saying? But that's life. Nobody's perfect.
Briefly, can you outline your credentials? A lot of people, you kind of came out of nowhere.
I told you they be
I
good.
did,
Yeah, I told you, y'all.
We've been doing this shit. I've been running around since 2004.
Okay,
I came from the
so-
DVD era.
All right,
I encountered everybody. I was in This Is 50. I encountered him.
Yep.
Everybody that does this media on some level, we had some type of encounter. But you just came out of nowhere.
I
But
told you he was going to say that to you.
I was told that you have some ties to Desert Storm. But could you clarify exactly?
I don't have ties to Desert Storm. DJ Clue has been one of my best friends for 25 years.
Okay.
I met him when I was promoting parties in college. His girlfriend and my girlfriend were roommates in college. Mm-hmm. They put us together, and then we just flourished. I stopped using other DJs, and I would just use Clue before anybody else was using Clue.
Right.
So I was one of the few people that was like, I booked him down in the DMV before everybody else did. So I helped spread his name. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a cheaper price and he used to shout me out and show me mad love. I got in the music business after I graduated. After I graduated from Morgan State, my godbrother managed THRU. They did the Hard Night Life tour thing. I came to an after party. They told me to come home after I graduated. I came home, and I was at Murder Inc. I had to leave Murder Inc. because I grew up with 50 Cent, and that was a problem with Irv Gotti. You know what I'm saying? So I was always in the business. I went from there. I managed songwriters named Big Draws. And then I managed Rockwilder. We did Destiny Child, all that type of stuff. I managed Maya for a short stint.
Right.
Not stop managing Maya was one of the biggest mistakes of my career, that I must say.
And he's never said that on camera.
I managed
though.
Maya. I managed Troy Oliver. I learned from Corey Rooney. Dr. Dre said I was the best manager that he's ever met in his life because I knew business and I know music.
Right.
You know how to run the boards.
I know how to run the boards. I mean, it was so many. So when you learn from Rockwilder, you learn from Corey Rooney, you learn from Dr. Dre, you learn from Irv Gotti, and then I'm out here and I'm doing business. I'm a businessman, and I'm learning on the fly. I learned from Sylvia Rome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my background was all mainstream music business.
Right.
So when I came to Podden with him, all I did was bring my music business experience to Podden.
Okay. How did you find yourself in the position of being Maya's manager?
Rockwilder. She was in limbo with Benny Medina.
Yeah.
And she saw the way I worked with Rockwilder, and I had an artist named Yummy, and I had a bunch of producers. So I was one of those managers that it was my life.
Right.
So if you saw me, you wanted me to be a part of what you had going on. And I was very into Maya. I was into the people that I worked with. So she just gravitated to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a video I believe I saw online that kind of detailed, or it basically stated that you guys, you two, conspired behind closed doors and came and launched Bag Fuel. I know that we discussed this briefly.
No, I can answer it.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I first landed on My Expert Opinion, the first show, that was around September. My birthday's in September. So along with Lord Jamar on this show, that's September 2021. You can see, I think Smoke Dizzle might have been on that episode.
It was.
So we all shouted out our birthday. And towards the end of that episode, Math asked, is there anything you would like to promote? And I was like, Bag Fuel. He said, Bag Fuel, Bag Fuel, Bag Fuel. So this is before, and then he's like, next time bring your co-host. SO is funny. You should have bought him.
Right.
I'm like, he's right there. And SO had a mask on. And he's like, you was there the whole time. Boom. So he acknowledges him. So how can we conspire to create a show that's already acknowledged?
Right.
That would mean we have a time machine, saw what happened, went back in time, created the show to offset. Come on now. If I have a time machine, nigga, I'm not in media. I'm rich and you never seen me before.
Right.
You know, but conspire to do what? Bro, we were supposed to get multi-million-dollar deals. Like, they're over it. I'm still like, but at the end of the day, we're doing better now. We're moving on.
Right. Some people.
What's up?
If you talk to people online and just listen to some of the things people say in the comments, some
God
people
bless
say
them.
that the decline of My Expert Opinion happened when you guys left. How you feel about that?
I feel like if there was a decline, because I don't watch content, I try to explain it to you, I don't even watch my own self. If there was a decline, to me, it wasn't a decline because of we walked away and what you saw on camera. The decline was what you didn't see on camera. Like, I didn't produce, Hynaken basically produced the show. So people didn't know that he came up with topics, he came up with the questions and all that other type of stuff. I was the only person that didn't use his questions because everything I do comes off the top of the dome. But I think the production, the producing part behind it, and the Space Ghost not being there, those two factors were a bigger factor of being missing more than I was.
And to add on to that, man, and I've always said this, the only time black people care about chemistry is when it's sexual chemistry. Any other chemistry in business, entertainment, creativity, we always say, we can replace that.
Right.
And I'm going to keep it honest, everyone is replaceable, but results ain't just that easily replaceable.
Right. I seen an encounter that you had that I wasn't feeling.
You gonna say Angela Yee and
No, I'm get to that. It was between you and Tony Yayo, and he started to say this: "You internet niggas."
But you know my history, though.
I hate that. I hate when niggas get on that because all these rap niggas want to be internet niggas. They all want to be podcasters. They all want to be content.
Gully.
What exactly happened that he felt that you disrespected? What was that about?
It's nothing about, it's just black men, and we're egotistical, and you know, when we're both going at each other, we gonna start snapping, we gonna talk fly. Privately behind the scenes, we've spoken.
Right.
You understand? There's no hard feelings. SO has also spoken with Yayo.
He's gonna be on the show.
He's gonna be on the show.
It's
it's like if you and I were arguing.
Yeah.
Like, listen, he and I,
we argue.
We argue, but we know not to cross the line. But you know, we gonna cross the line.
Yayo is cool.
Yeah, it ain't no issue.
You know how just shit happens and things get lost in translation. That's what was going on. Hynaken had said something about K. Slay. A lot of people was coming at us at that time about different things that happened with K. Slay because he had just died. I think that
was a touchy situation.
Tony Yayo came in there ready because he wanted to address certain things. It was just a casualty of war. I'm like, everybody came to be like, well, why you didn't get in the middle of it? I just said, because I'm from South Jamaica, Queens.
That's real shit,
and all he kept on saying, we Queens, nigga. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. I literally grew up with Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. That's not no pretend shit. I grew up with them. Sakeem, Derek, GJ, Anthony. All of them is my dudes. Like
there's other people he can't name.
I can't. I'm not gonna name, but there's all of those people from South Jamaica, Queens. I grew up in Rochdale 130. They 134 back block.
Yeah, but to clear up that, there ain't no issue. That's just grown men, and what you saw is the rawest form of when audacity and ego and pride is going at each other, and you caught a magical moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys ultimately left My Expert Opinion.
No. We
They
were
stopped
kicked off.
calling us.
Yes.
Y'all was kicked off.
Yes.
Why were you kicked off?
I
That's a
believe
great
I was
question.
kicked off because I was blowing up too much. It was just too much. Like it was a whirlwind. Like you said, people thought I came out of nowhere.
Yo, let's cut. I'm gonna say this. SO was already originally kicked off, and he left. It happened at the same time. So now I spoke to Mav privately, and I spoke to SO, and I begged both of them to work it out. And I said, S, will you come back if I ask you to do it? He said, for you, yes. I said, Mav, will you bring him back if I ask you? He said, for you, yes. Mav didn't want him back, and SO didn't want to come back.
Okay.
I'm keeping it frank real.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows that. That's real shit. Mecca called me and said, how'd you, yeah.
I've been was off this show.
Yeah.
Before everybody,
Oh, don't do that.
No, I'm not
That would
gonna
go
tell
too
you why.
viral. We would have to shoot niggas, bro. If you
I-
knew the answer, bro.
I've been was off
At
this
this
show.
point, why sugarcoat it?
I
When
know.
everybody
No,
is
it's
everybody is
no.
making videos. Champ got a video out.
No, not
Bigger
this
got a
one.
video out.
Really, I'm not doing no. The only reason why I swear to God I don't talk about this with nobody. The only reason I'm talking
It's
about
tough.
this is because I know what you do, and I reached out to you to come on the show, and we missed each other.
Yeah.
And I know you have a platform, so I can't fuck with you coming on my platform
And not
being
give you the same
straightforward
energy back.
and not give you the same thing. But for anybody else, niggas pay me and I don't talk about this shit. I be like, you gotta pay me $3,500 to come on your show,
Facts.
and I'm not talking about that.
Right.
But what you heard was, before we did the DJ Drama interview, he had left
I
the
was
show.
off already. I came back for drama.
Yeah.
So if anybody goes on and recognize, I left before DJ Drama even came on. When Drama came on, that was my first show coming back.
And if you want to know when it happened, it was when we had did Daylight and Punch from TDE. And if you watch that episode,
I wasn't there.
And if you watched it, the first 2 hours, I didn't speak. And there's a reason for that. And then the footage cuts, it jumps, and then I start talking. Because I was asked to talk.
Niggas thought I was supposed to put a fucking YouTube show before my mother. That was the shit that was like unbelievable. You think I'm gonna put a YouTube show before my mother's health? Are you like this shit means nothing compared to my mama, my nigga.
Right.
So if I gotta leave this shit is finished.
Shit, you hear it
nigga.
right now? You not, nigga, we don't
That
even
was
say
that was
but-
the issue. Like when niggas come to me, they be like, "What's your issue?" Yo, bro, the nigga said, "Should I care about your mama?" I said, "No."
then-
I said, "No. I don't expect a nigga like you to care about my mama."
Right.
But I care about my own mama.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be here. This money. Like the funny thing about it is, Gully, nobody was getting paid. Okay. Then let's talk about that. Niggas wasn't getting paid, and I'm gonna say this: nobody was getting paid except Space Ghost.
That's
Yeah.
it.
All right. When I was the first nigga that niggas knew they had to pay. Niggas had to pay me, nigga.
Yeah.
And I was calling him saying, "Yo, niggas gonna pay me." So you gonna tell them to pay you, or I'm gonna just take my money and I'm gonna split it with you because we a team.
Right.
But when
That's
you
real.
speak to this nigga, you
Lay
tell
down
this
the law.
nigga he got to pay you, nigga. Once I got paid, once I had to get paid, everybody else got paid. That's the hatred.
How long into the show was people not being compensated?
All the whole time, nigga. Nobody got paid but me first, nigga.
How the fuck does that work out?
because niggas didn't know that niggas was getting money, but I knew because I was getting paid from my other YouTube show that wasn't even getting the hits he was getting.
Yeah.
And they were paying me already.
Yeah.
So when a girl, I'm gonna just say it, Mandy from Folk Pumps called me when I was on set, and she didn't know me, and she asked me some number, and she said, I want to start a show with you, and I'm going to pay you. And I was like, pay me? And I showed it to Hynaken. This started everything. We was on set. I said, look, Hynaken. And Hynaken didn't play it cool. He's like, oh, word? Oh, word? Oh, word? Oh, God. And Math was like, what is that? And Hynaken was like, look, they trying to pay him.
Yeah.
And on my way to go meet her, he called me.
That was your first time seeing the analytical page?
No, he didn't see it yet.
I didn't see it at the time.
He didn't see it till after the nigga wasn't paying us, nigga.
Yeah.
How about that?
You didn't know about that?
He showed it. He let him see it on some cocky shit. Like,
But he didn't. My mind.
Yo.
And I looked at him like this.
let me tell you
and I
something.
called them niggas.
After this, I'm not even saying nothing else.
Right.
His biggest
So
mistake.
the whole analytical thing.
Listen, the
Listen,
whole
he gonna
analytical
tell you-
thing. This is the most ironic part of the whole shit. Everybody was now worried about the money he was making. And they was coming to me because I was the first nigga getting paid. I was like, I don't care how much money he's making. We have a deal with him. He's supposed to pay us this. As long as he pays me my money, I don't care. Why? Because Gully, I'm not a content nigga.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to go put this with my other money and with my other money and with my other money. And this is gravy. I'm selling capsules right on the platform.
Yeah.
So I'm selling clothing capsules I'm selling 200 pieces in a week. $200.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gravy, right? So I'm making the money, I'm chilling, and for some reason he takes this nigga out with him, right? Mm-hmm. Takes this nigga, he owes us all money at this time.
Yeah.
Everybody he owes money. He chooses to take a Haitian shopping, okay? And to show a Haitian nigga, look at all the money that I'm making. He would have been better off showing me because I was like, I don't give a fuck if you're making $200,000 a month and you owe me $3,000.
Yeah.
I don't care because I'm making my money. This nigga was like, oh no, SO, yo, this nigga's making $212,000. I said, $212,000 what? Dollars a month. I said, what? He said, nigga. I said, I don't care. It's weird. I said, I don't care what he's making. I don't care.
The reason why I cared though, right? It's not about how much. It's that he was finding ways not to pay us.
Pay niggas.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like
The ball hog.
You're paying us peanuts. You're making what people die to make for a year in 29 days.
Yeah.
So if you take that in 5 months, that's $1 million.
Niggas didn't believe us that he was making $200,000.
But then you're like,
niggas couldn't believe it.
And then you're like,
Niggas
I can't pay you this month.
Niggas was looking at us like 200,000. What are you talking about? This dumbass nigga saw it, and he gonna let this nigga see it and call me. Yeah. And I'm the one calming him down. This is crazy shit. Yo, calm down, bro. Calm down. Nah, bro. I seen it, bro. Yo, bro.
Yeah.
As long as he pay us, yo, bro.
But he stopped
I'm
paying
telling
us.
Hynaken, I said, we got an agreement. As long as he pay us. So instead of paying Hynaken his money, he takes some shopping, buys some Jordans and clothes and all that shit. You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to turn him against me. So, you know, I said, yo, I'm cool. So I said, if Hynaken is this fucking dumb to go against a nigga that's going to make sure he gets paid for a nigga who's not paying you and buying you clothes, I said, he's treating you like a cold stone bitch. Yeah. That's what he's doing. You know what they do with they bitches? I'm not giving you money, bitch. Because you going to go spend it on a nigga you really like, bitch.
But if niggas know, no matter what you do, if you're not going to give a nigga money, but you're going to give him gifts, a nigga going to know this is bullshit. So I'm sitting there like,
I know that niggas. Content niggas.
But let me ask you something. Did that shit work though?
It worked on many other niggas.
No. Fuck them other niggas.
Yes, it worked.
No.
It worked.
No. Hold on. He did that, and then we were done with the show.
But you saying you, but you are not the population. And think about how long it took for you to be done with the show. You're documented saying that I didn't want to leave because you just wanted to stay because of greatness. That's what he keyed on.
No, but eventuality, right? Even though when I brought you back and I asked you to come back, we were done after that though. It was only 2 weeks after that we were done.
But we wasn't done because we were done. We was done because he chose to do interviews and not call us.
Whatever the result
is, look
yes.
at it like that because we gonna tell the truth on Gully. I was the only nigga that didn't give a fuck. Even my friends was calling me. Hynaken was worried.
No,
my friends was worried.
Yes.
Everybody. This is real. Everybody was worried. I told niggas he can eat a dick. I don't care. I don't care. And if I'm really this hot, niggas is gonna follow me.
Because my thing is like this. Mecca said it in the interview. Charlemagne has said it to us. Joe Budden has said it to us. Everybody in this space said, y'all had it. So when he said what he said about your mother and disrespected you and you left, and I pulled him to the side, I said, you can't say that. He sat, Low Deluxe was right outside. I told him, step off. I said, you can't talk, as black men, you can't talk about niggas' mothers like that.
Right.
Then I said, yo, and if you don't know, he know this as a fact. I said, we're not going to last long. Can we at least win a championship and tell each other, fuck you? We only have at least a year left before this shit is done.
I was cool.
No, but for a nigga, if a nigga's trying to stay,
cool, bro.
He don't say that shit.
Nah.
He gonna be like, yo, can we make it work? I said, yo, we're done. But I told him to his face. I said, you know Joe Budden waiting to laugh at us. Niggas is waiting for this shit.
Oh yeah, he bugging out right now.
Having fun.
Yeah, he is.
Joe Budden wasn't laughing at me.
No, he went for it. He went. You don't watch it because you don't know.
He's partying with it right now.
This is what I'm trying to say.
No, I know he's partying.
Yeah.
He's partying with what he got doing, but what I'm saying is, well, everybody was waiting around doing whatever. I'm not a content nigga, so it doesn't matter. So many people called me. What was the death of the cloud chaser? They got mad at me because I said, yo, these niggas tried to take me. Nigga, y'all trash. Like, I don't give a fuck. Everybody get mad at me. Oh, you talk about me. Talk about me all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can talk about me to the high heavens because all y'all niggas know I don't give a fuck about y'all. I think you're trash for real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never been nowhere. Y'all never did nothing, and you don't know nothing. So why would I care about a bunch of doodle head niggas?
That needs to be said. That everything that he just said, man, I feel the same way.
No,
niggas ain't did nothing. You don't have no credentials. Niggas just grabbing cameras and how you jump in front of a camera with no charisma, no following, no intellect, no information. Like
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool.
And you know, this is pretty much tying the bow on this. You feel me? And I remember when that whole incident happened between him and Ghost called him and he said, yo, I think this nigga's done with the show because you weren't there to see what I did. When you walked off and what I did and I walked into that room, that's why I tell niggas go back and watch that episode. Every nigga was all happy. When I walked in, silence. I was like, stand over there. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. And I need to talk to you.
right.
Niggas, to this, now niggas see it, they're like, oh, it made sense. And it wasn't until Mav stopped the footage, Ghost was there, what did he say? Can you please talk? This shit's not going well. And I said, okay,
But it's
nigga.
all about business.
That's all it is.
My life ain't that.
Okay. The last question I wanted to ask, and I interviewed Kim Osorio, who was also on my expert opinion. Can you guys tell me from the horse's mouth what exactly happened? I called it the ambush. When you guys was all in the same, what was that? It was Angela's platform, right?
Yeah, lip service.
Lip service, yeah. What exactly happened that day?
Pretty simple, you know. It was done out of love. When people have love for other people, they'll do backflips and jump off a mountain that they wouldn't even hop over an ocean for.
Right.
And that's it.
Were you guys shocked that y'all ended up in the same room as them? The way it was told to me on my platform when I interviewed them was that y'all had already been around each other during this conflict.
Yeah.
And y'all was cool. That was a lie?
The only time we seen each other is at Say Less, and that's when Jim Jones was there. That's the viral video when Jimmy and I think LaTyla was counting like 100 bands.
Yeah.
And then that's when he had popped up, and that's the picture that we all took together with Jimmy, Mav, myself, and SO.
So that's why it was presented to me like it wasn't a big deal that y'all was in the
That's
same
not
room.
true. None of that's true, bro. None of it, bro. None of it's true. We didn't know he was popping up. We came there at 300. Shout to Doreen. Doreen and Kevin Lyles invited us there. We didn't know he was gonna be there. People told him he wasn't invited.
Right.
Yeah, because
People
there was.
told him that we was there.
Who was it? What's the rapper's name?
The same thing he came there for is the same thing he always comes there for. People think that Math is coming on some mean shit. The one thing I would say about Math, he don't be coming on no crazy shit. He be coming on some get back on the show.
Yeah.
He's a content guy.
Yeah.
He's not coming. Everybody makes him out to be this bad guy. I think he's stingy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's this ruthless bad guy that everybody's making him out to be, because in all, in the grand scheme of things, he hasn't been that. He's talked about me. People talk about me all the time. Like, that's minor. You know what I'm saying? So in the grand scheme of things, I don't have no problem with him. I just don't like the fact that we were lied on and they pushed the lie forward, because people were out here really looking at us like
We stole money.
we did something crazy. Like, we spun off and we did all of these crazy things that everybody's saying, and all we were trying to do was survive. That's the part that fucks with us. Like,
Right.
we were put in a position that our back was against the wall and we came out fighting, and now niggas is mad at how we fighting. That ain't real shit.
Right. Being as though the relationship was strained at the time, was you caught off guard that he showed up?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the last
Gully,
thing we
you
expect.
saw me on the video, Gully.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
viral.
yeah, you
So
was.
you know, you ain't gonna ask me that. I was definitely shocked, bro. You know what I'm saying? I almost could have ruined a relationship with Angela because I thought she had something to do with it.
Right.
On some real shit. And the only person that they ever talked to me about her talking about it was on your shit.
Yeah.
Niggas told me about it. I didn't even see it.
Right.
I didn't even want to watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't even watch that stuff, because if anybody says or does anything that didn't happen, I'm going to be tight.
Yeah.
So I don't even watch the shit.
So you was never given an explanation? That wasn't professional the way it, unfolded. You never got an explanation?
I never asked it. What would an explanation have done?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm thankful for is that God made me with this backbone that I have, and I was able to display that on camera.
Right.
That every time that people have tried to get at us, it's turned around in our favor.
Yeah, and it's just all about following the good nature of what a situation is. And there were people who had asked me like, yo, you and Math were cool. You could have stayed on and been. I said, that's not how that goes. That ain't right. If I wanted to, I'd have been like, I can't. But then that's corny. We came in together.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go.
We leave together.
Yeah.
People, I realized through this, and I'm off the camera after this.
Yeah.
Niggas is bigger groupies than bitches.
True story.
That's the problem.
Appreciate that.
Yo, you know the vibes. Uncle Ralph McDaniels, Video Music Box, Lord Nez in the building.
Yeah, Queens get the money, baby. Shout out to Gully TV, man.
Gully TV.
How you say get your dribble right?
Get your dribble right.
Get your dribble right?
Ah! Yeah.